Okay, so my y, so y equal to cos x. So the graph for this one, it go in this way. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Highest value for can you don't talk? No, why must you sometimes a lot of things appear on the screen. It's make people, I have to go and do extra things. Okay, next time you write a program, you please don't do that, okay? Not everything have to be reminded, understand or not? Do you know not when they write the program? Okay, so for cos, highest is 1, lowest is -1, okay? So I want to show you some characteristic. So cos is start with 1, cos 0 is 1, cos pi by 2 is 0. Then it go, cos pi is -1, cos 3 pi by 2 go back to 0, and you go on. All right. So you look at here. When you want to find this area, all this area, if I shade another area here, all these areas are the same. Because they are repeated. Okay. So when you talk about cos or sin only, tangent is a bit different. Okay. So now, if I ask for area bounded by the curve from 0 to pi by 2, cos x dx, I'm referring to the red area. Clear? So you get it as you integrate cos, you got sin. Right? 0 to pi by 2. Okay, so sin pi by 2 minus sin 0. So I get 1. So now my answer is, my question is, if I integrate, if I got this already, I know the characteristic of cos, correct? So now I ask you this question. If I integrate from 0 to pi, cos x dx, what is the answer? The answer will be 0. Am I right? The answer will be 0. Okay, if the answer is 0, so now I will ask you, I can ask you further, what is the relationship between area A and area B? What is the relationship between area A and area B? Can you tell me what is the relationship between area A and area B? Hello, area B is this part only, Yes, Sebastian? Same area. Explain. If I ask you to explain, then how to explain? Still remember we got correct? If I ask you to explain, now everyone explain. You explain. So I make a conclusion. Okay. Area A equal to area B. Okay, now you explain. When you talk about area bounded by the curve, correct? From now onward, correct? You have to know how to explain. Yeah. Now you explain. Why area A equal to area B? Okay, Master, I want to see how you explain. I told you already, next explanation doesn't mean must be in words. It can be in equation. I always start from the information given to me. I integrate 0 to pi. I can say integrate from 0 to pi by 2. Plus integrate from pi by 2 to pi. Correct? This is equal to 0. Am I right? So as long as you have from 0, so you must have this in mind when you talk about integration, the rules, right? If I have from 0 to pi and I pass by pi by 2, I can split this into 2 parts and I put a plus. Whatever function. Correct? Am I right? Okay. So, and I know that this is equal to 0. So according to the diagram, this is area A. According to the diagram, this value will be negative, correct? The value of that will be negative. So can I say is area B? Definitely cannot, because area is positive. Am I right? So because this is a negative value, can I say this is negative area B? Am I right? Equal to 0. So therefore, area A equal to area B. I explain. You get me? So I'm using the formula here. If I from one limit to another limit, bypass another one, I can break into 2 limits and I put a plus. If I invert the limit, then I put a minus. Correct? Still remember the rule of integration? So that is how you explain for this one. Got it? Hello? Can or not? Okay, so now, what do you think if I say integrate from 0 to 2 pi cos x dx? What do you think the answer will be? Use your calculator and get your answer. You will get 0 also. So when you have cos and sin, correct? If the axis of symmetry is x-axis, correct? Usually they will break into 4 quadrants. And the area bounded by each quadrant will be the same. So this is some special characteristic for sin and cos, whereby we have to bear that in mind. Are you clear? So you will get 0 also. Am I right? So if in the question I ask you to find area of the shaded region, correct? So as long as you get the first quadrant, you time by 4, you get all the 4 quadrants. Are you clear? So these are the general thought. But can I change the size of the angle here? Can. If I change the size of the angle, the whole thing will change. But okay, so you can try with other size and you make a general conclusion for yourself. How you go? Yep. Can I? So this is something that I want to bring to you. Okay. So when you carry out a question in any part of the textbook, so what you should do, you should ask further. Yeah. Okay. So what else? What other questions in 5A? So example 3, they show you the sin X. So for example 3, correct, the shaded region and the one at the bottom will be the same as well. Okay. So you have to do question 6. Try question 6. What happened to 3x? Cos 3x, okay? When you say each arc, do you know what does it mean? Each arc, one of the arc. So when you say 3 cos x, it will go in this way as well. Number 6, 3 cos x, it will go in this way as well. So we are talking about, this is called each arc. Are you clear? One arc of the curve. This is called one arc of the curve. So in this case, okay, now I must integrate from what to what. So you have to sketch the graph and you have to know what is this value. So can you find what is this value if my curve is y equal to cos 3x? Is pi by 6. Am I right? Please sketch your graph and see, is it pi by 6? Do you know why I can know so fast? Do you want to know? The reason is because for if y equal to cos x, correct? The arc is pi by 2. All right. So now if I make 3, the frequency become 3. So it's more frequent in 2 pi. That means in 2 pi, if I have y equal to cos 3x, this one you learn in high school, it's not necessary because you got calculator, you can know. So I just let you know. So that means within 2 pi, I have 3 round, 3 cycle. So that means within 2 pi, correct? For cos, you only have 1 cycle. This is called 1 round. So for this 2 pi, you have, because there is a 3, the frequency is 3. So 3 pi. So each one I will divide into 3 equal parts. Okay? So it will go like that. 1 round, 2 round, and 3 round. Do you know how to sketch like that? High school, your teacher teach you. This one tell you the frequency. Within 2 pi. The number in front tell you the amplitude, how high is it? That's it. That is about 3 goals. So if you don't have, never mind. You still can find this point, correct? From your graphic calculator, that is pi by 6. So it's around 0.5 something. Am I right? Am I right? So you know if 0.5 something will be pi by 6. So maybe you will like to write in your notes that pi by 6 is approximately 0.5 something. And you write down. So if you get 0.5 something, if they want exact value, correct, you just write as pi by 6. So a lot of things you have to get ready for the test in your 1-page handwritten notes. So when you talk about trigo, other than the skill of integration and differentiation, you also must have a lot of information on your 1-page handwritten notes, please. Okay, so you don't wait until exam only prepare. Okay, can I make a request? Next Wednesday, I will check your 1-page handwritten notes. I will go around and check. Those online, you don't want to come for physical, you mati sendiri. Okay, value, okay? If the question happened to ask for exact, okay? Huh? So ready, everyone? Question 7. Okay, when you sketch the graph, those who know how to sketch the graph, wait, let me have a look at the function. Okay, y equal to 2 sin x plus 1. What is the maximum value for y? You forgotten what I teach you? We always talk about true fact about sin, correct? Sin of an angle highest is 1. Lowest is -1. 2 times of sin x, highest is 2, lowest is -2. 2 sin x plus 1, that is my y. Highest is 3, lowest is -1. So this is the highest, this is the lowest it can go. And 1 here, we call it the equilibrium point. So here is my pi by 2, first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Yeah. So I start from equilibrium point, go to the highest point, go back to equilibrium point, go to the lower point, then where am I? Then go back to here, equilibrium. So this is the nature of sin curve. Okay, so if you have a graphic calculator, they will give you like that. So now, what they want is, they want, oh, I dislike. Okay, so what they want is, they want, alamak, mana. I miss out something. Yeah, my 0. Okay. So they want this area. Right? So from your graphic calculator, you have to find what is the coordinate of this point and this point. Okay, so I'm going to do it algebraically to show you how to get the exact value of the coordinates of x of point A and point B. Okay, so I will say 2 sin x plus 1 equal to 0. Correct? So sin x equal to -half. Got it? So whenever you have this, so we have to go back to our way of doing things, correct? Yeah. So acute angle first. That is sin inverse half. Yeah, that is pi by 6. Correct? Then we say sin x is negative. Therefore, x is in which quadrant? Third and fourth quadrant. Correct? So all this you work in your mind. So therefore, x, if it's in fourth quadrant, it will be pi plus third quadrant, pi plus acute angle. So that is 7 pi by 6. If it's in fourth quadrant, then your x will be 2 pi minus pi by 6. So 2 times 6 is 12. 12 minus 1 is 11 pi by 6. Yeah. So therefore, I want to find the area bounded by that. So I want to find the area. I have to, because the area is below the x-axis. So I will put 11 pi by 6 at the bottom and pi by 6 on top. Then you integrate, you will get the answer. Are you clear? And this one, I don't think you can find exact value, correct? You just use your calculator. The only thing we can find, ask you to find the exact value of the coordinates x for A and B only. So in order to get the answer for that one, then you have to use your graphic calculator. Definitely, we won't ask for exact value. We may ask you to show algebraically. If I ask you to show algebraically, then at least you must write down like that. Integrate sin, you get negative cos. Am I right? And plus x. Then you have pi by 11 pi by 6. And here is pi by 6. Then you substitute in. Clear? Okay. So a lot of things about trigo that you can work with your graphic calculator, but you have to be very, very careful with it. Can or not? So please work out question 6 and 8. Yeah. So then you can try with 5C. Is there any trigo question? Yes. 5C.2 or 5C.1, is there any trigo? No. 5C.2, yeah. Okay, you can try question 6. What else? Okay, 5C.3. Is there a question on trigo? No. Usually question on trigo will come out in the rate of change. And when you talk about trigo, correct? Application of trigo in daily life, correct? You think of the things that happen in everyday life that repeat day in and day out. What are they? What are the things that happen day in and day out? Hello, high tide, low tide, correct? You talk about energy generated per day and energy used per day. You talk about what else? Sunrise, sunset, correct? It's a routine because cos sin always repeat by itself. One cycle, after that, the next cycle, after that, the next cycle. Okay? When you talk about students come and study says, also every year is a cycle. Can or not? So they can come out in any problem solving. Yeah. Got it? So please try the other exercise, problem solving of integration. Okay? There is not many questions on trigo. So you have to go to your practice test. Yep. Okay. So any further question? So you can start. Actually, we can have our test next week. I don't know why you all want to drag it until the week after next. 23rd. Now only what? Now only? Today only 2nd. How am I going to last?